to Wonder Years Wednesday. Hi, I'm the Puberty Lady, Wendy Sellers, and I'm here to talk to you about puberty books. Hi, welcome to Wonder Years Wednesday. I'm Wendy Sellers. The kids have nicknamed me the Puberty Lady because I love to talk about puberty. And as you know, during the pandemic, students are not in school, and that means many of them are not getting their puberty education classes at school or virtually. And so parents are being asked to pick this up and teach this in addition to all the other homeschooling topics that they're trying to help with. And so, what is a parent supposed to do if they don't feel comfortable and they don't have the tools to have those important conversations about puberty? So, I've started a series, and each week we will be discussing a different puberty book. This is the second week of the series, and this week we'll be talking about a book called Guy Stuff, a body book for boys. Now, this book is written by Dr. Cara Natterson, and she is a pediatrician, and it's illustrated by Micah Player. The book was published in 2017, so it's quite recent as books go, and it was published by the American Girl Company. Those of you who have girls that you wanted to buy books for may recall these two books, The Care and Keeping of You, Volume 1, and The Care and Keeping of You, Volume 2. And so those books have been very popular. And so American Girl Company decided that they wanted to give the guys equal time, which is awesome. The book is a soft cover book, and it has 110 pages full of information and illustrations, and it's organized into 7 chapters. The book is recommended for ages 8 plus, and we'll come back to that toward the end of our chat. So I'd like to do a quick breeze through the 7 chapters so you know what's in it, and then we'll talk about some other of the high points of the book. So the first chapter is called Body Basics. And this chapter starts out in just a general overview of how important it is to develop healthy habits for life. So the habits that they develop during puberty will be the habits that will serve them well throughout their life. It also emphasizes the importance of asking questions and talking to trusted adults, which is great. The second chapter is called Heads Up, and this chapter literally talks about how to care for your head and neck. It talks about hair, eyes, mouth, braces, skincare, acne, and the importance of using sunscreen. The third chapter is titled Reach. And this chapter literally talks about how to care for your arms and chest. It talks about caring for your hands, keeping them clean, fingernails, trimming those, how to wash and use deodorant for your underarms, the hair that might develop there. It also talks about managing stink, which is what they call body odor throughout the book. And they talk about chest development and hair growth there. They also talk about temporary breast development called gynecomastia that some boys experience during puberty, and it's a temporary condition for them. The next chapter is called The Belly Zone, and you guessed it, it talks about the abdomen. It discusses the fact that people come in all shapes and sizes, and that's all normal and positive. And it talks about how muscles develop in boys during puberty, the importance of drinking plenty of water, and what some other drinks might be, whether positive or negative drinks. And it talks a lot about pee or urine and what it looks like and how pee can be an indicator that you need to drink more water. It talks about food and the benefits of getting nutritious food and the different varieties of food that it's important to eat in order to stay healthy. It talks about body image and the importance of getting enough vitamins in your diet. The next chapter is called Big Changes. And this chapter starts out by saying some changes are clear for people to see, and other changes are what they call super private. They talk about how hormones start to circulate in the body, and that's what causes puberty to begin. They talk about changes in the pubic area. And they actually have a nice diagram of the Tanner stages of development in male-bodied people, and that's done in kid-friendly terms. They talk about the difference between circumcision and uncircumcised penises, and they have a lot of discussion about different types of underwear and the pros and cons of different types of underwear. They talk about erections, ejaculation, nocturnal emissions, and they emphasize the importance of using anatomical terms versus slang. They do talk about shaving and that, the variety of opinions and beliefs and behaviors around shaving, and the changes in voice and changes in mood that may happen during puberty. The sixth chapter is titled Get Going. And this chapter talks about legs and height, and that during puberty you will have a growth spurt, and that people come in all different heights, the importance of exercise to work those muscles, and the importance of getting enough sleep and rest. They talk about foot care, including athlete's foot, and the importance of fitness. They include a part on sports safety, and pretty thorough about getting physical activity. The last chapter in the book is titled Your Inner You. And this part of the book um, talks about feelings, emotions, and how to manage those. The importance of trying new things during puberty to figure out what you like and what you're good at. They address peer pressure and bullying and how to respond to those things, and the importance of talking out feelings and not bottling those up. And they talk about how some people may have expectations for boys during puberty that may or may not fit with what the boy wants to do or what they're interested in. So that's a quick overview of the book. Um, the book is inclusive in some ways. The cartoonish drawings you can see do depict a variety of racial representations. Um, it does emphasize the diversity of rates of development during puberty and normalizes that, and also the variety of body types and normalizes that. It's inclusive. And it also has a part where it explains that all people have testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. So it does explain that we're more alike than different that way. Um, the book has some omissions, in my opinion. It does not discuss masturbation at all, and it does not explain reproduction or why an erection happens. Um, the closest it comes to talking about reproduction or sex for that matter is it says, and I'm going to read the quote, sperm are made in the testicles and carry copies of your genes. If you ever have a baby, this is how those genes get passed along. So it really does not talk about sexual intercourse or reproduction at all. It doesn't explain crushes or emotional or physical attraction to people or dating. So it leaves out that social aspect that hormones can trigger. It does not discuss gender identity or sexual orientation at all, or the diversity in those things. And it does not tell anything about the changes that girls or female-bodied people go through during puberty. So it's exclusively focused on male body changes that most boys experience. In summary, I found that this book has a very factual, medical, health-based, head-to-toe, concrete approach. And that makes sense because it's written by a pediatrician. Um, it's a good first book. If you've got a young person and you want them to know about the body changes and some of the emotional changes that they'll be experiencing, but you don't want to talk to them about reproduction or sex yet, then this is a good book to start with. And for that reason, I think it is better for the younger age range, 8 through 11, probably. However, the reading level seems a bit high for many 8-year-olds. And so it might be a good read together book for the younger end of that age range until they're able to read it on their own. But this is a book that your boys will want to have in the room and keep and look things up when they start to happen to them. And so it's a really helpful reference book for them to refer to through the early years of puberty when they're trying to sort through all those changes. Um, I'm going to put some links where you can buy this book and a review link for Goodreads so you can read what other people thought of the book, not just rely on my opinion or my review. And I want to thank you for tuning in this week to Wonder Years Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Next week, I plan to review a set of 4 books that are for special ed students. Um, both boys and girls. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you then. And in the meantime, stay well. Thank you.